In the quietest moments, when the world goes silent, I hear a voice inside me. It isn't loud or excited, it's soft, almost like a gentle breeze passing through my heart. And it calls me, asking me to sit down, slow down, and talk to myself. It's not always easy. Sometimes I'm afraid of what I might tell myself or what I might discover hidden deep inside. But every time I sit quietly and start speaking within, I feel like I come back to myself, like I get closer to my own soul. Why do we fear our own hearts? Have you ever wondered why it's so scary to look inside ourselves? Why we avoid sitting alone, without our phones, without music, without any noise? Maybe it's because we're scared of our own questions, afraid to face truths we've hidden for years. Or maybe it's the fear of loneliness, the fear of what we might see. But strangely enough, the truth is never our enemy. The truth teaches us to make peace with who we are, to love ourselves even if we're broken in places. The truth reminds us how deeply human we are, imperfect, fragile, but real. Moments of honesty. I remember once walking down a quiet street at night. The world around me felt softer, calmer, and for the first time, I truly heard my heart. Not a voice you can hear, but a feeling, a sense that I needed to hold myself gently, to whisper, "You're okay, even if you're tired, even if you made mistakes." These moments never truly leave us. They build a safe place inside, a place we can return to when we're afraid, lost, or feel like we've failed. Questions that soothe the soul. When I sit with myself, I discover gentle questions, questions that don't hurt but heal. What do I truly need right now? Why am I so hard on myself? What small thing could bring me joy today? Why does failure scare me so much? Just asking these questions feels like taking a deep breath. It feels like looking at myself without judgment, with kindness. Feeling like a stranger in my own heart. Some days I feel so disconnected, like I'm a stranger inside my own body. Even my reflection in the mirror feels unfamiliar. But when I sit down and talk to myself, even if the words come out messy, even if I cry, I begin to remember who I really am. The soul is like the sea, sometimes calm, sometimes stormy, but always it's the same sea, the same heart, the same me. The validation I've been waiting for. Often we keep waiting for someone else to say, "I'm proud of you," or "You're enough." But in the end, no one's words can replace our own inner voice. The voice that says, "I love you even when you fall. I see how hard you're trying, even if no one else notices. I believe in you even when you can't believe in yourself." How to start talking to yourself. You might wonder, but how do I even begin? I'm not used to this. There isn't one perfect way. You could write it down. You could record your voice and just speak freely. Or you could sit quietly and simply listen to your heart. What matters most is the intention, that you want to understand yourself, not blame yourself, that you ask questions not to judge, but to gently discover. When the night comes, at night, the whole world softens, and that voice inside me becomes clearer. Sometimes it speaks of pain, sometimes longing, sometimes calm acceptance. When I turn off the light, close my eyes, and look into my own heart, I see a little girl inside me, scared but still dreaming. I tell her she's not alone, that I'm here for her, that I'll stay even if everyone else leaves. After the conversation, when I finish talking to myself, I feel as though a weight has lifted from my chest, like I finally exhaled after holding my breath for too long. And the most beautiful part is that I see myself more clearly. I understand why I was sad, what I truly need, and I notice the tiny light inside me, even if it's faint. A letter to myself. Sometimes I write myself a simple letter. I love you, even when you're not perfect. I love how gentle your heart is, even if it sometimes gets hurt. I love your strength that shows up when you're tired. Then, when I feel weak, I read those words again, and I remember that I'm not my own enemy. I'm my first and truest friend. Healing or to forget. Some people say, just forget, don't think too much. But healing is so much stronger than forgetting. When I make peace with my past mistakes, when I admit my fears, when I love even my weakness, I become whole again, beautifully human, scars and all. Small moments of self-connection. I love mornings, before the noise starts. I make my coffee, sit by the window, and quietly ask myself, "Good morning, how are you?" I love these tiny rituals because they remind me that even the smallest moments can build a loving relationship with myself. In the end, we need ourselves more than anyone else. And sitting with your own heart isn't weakness, it's courage. When you truly listen to your feelings and trust them, you realize there's wisdom inside you, and that you're worthy of love, care, and time, even from your own self. At the end of this episode of Conversations with Myself, I want to remind you of something gentle. You don't have to be perfect to be loved. You are lovable simply because you are you, with your spirit, your struggles, your laughter, and even your tears. So right now, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what do I really need right now? And let the answer rise softly from your heart.